Have you been asked to format an assignment using APA style? Are you not sure what that means or where to get started? My name is Sarah. I'm a librarian at Rio Salado College, and I'm here to show you the way. APA stands for American Psychological Association. APA style is a specific method used to format your assignments. It's a format typically used in the social sciences like psychology or sociology, but instructors outside of those areas might ask you to use APA style too. Why do we actually use a style format like APA style? The main reason is for consistency. Style formats make it easier for a reader, like your instructor, to understand your work because it's organized in a consistent manner. Style guides also make it easier to avoid plagiarism, as they include rules that you can use to help you cite your sources properly. So, what's included in an APA paper? There are three main elements: a title page, the body, and the references page or list. If you aren't writing a full paper and are just submitting a brief response, you probably won't need a title page. Double check with your instructor if you ever need clarification about what to include in an assignment. Here is a sample title page. It includes a page number on the top right corner of the page and the title of the paper in bold, your name, the college, course, instructor's name, and due date, all in the center of the page. The body of the paper starts on a brand new page with the page number in the top right corner and the title of your paper or assignment on the first line of the page. The body of the paper or your assignment is where you'll write your own thoughts and ideas and include ideas that come from other sources too. As a student, it's expected that you'll need to supplement your own knowledge on a topic with information that comes from another source. Any time you include information in your paper that didn't come directly from your own brain or that isn't common knowledge, you need to include an in-text citation at the point in your assignment where you refer to the outside source of information. This makes it clear to your reader that the information didn't come from you. If you're ever in doubt about whether you should cite something, cite it. APA asks that you include an in-text citation anytime you do one of these things. You quote directly from a source by including a word-for-word passage. You paraphrase from a source by taking a passage and putting it into your own words. Or you summarize the main idea of a piece of information. Whether you're using APA style or not, it's critical that you provide a clear indication anytime a piece of information didn't actually come from you. Otherwise, you're plagiarizing. In-text citations can look differently depending on how you decide to set them up. In this example, I introduce my paraphrase by referring to the author in my sentence prior to the beginning of the paraphrase. I then included the year at the end of the paraphrase in parentheses. Over here, though, I summarize the information without introducing the author. In this case, I put both the author's last name and the year at the end of the summary. You can choose which method you want to use or get wild and switch things up from in-text citation to in-text citation. However you introduce your outside source, your in-text citations will need to include the author's last name for the source you're using and the year that the information was published. You may not always be citing a piece of information written by an individual author. Maybe you're citing something published by a company. In that case, you'd use the company as your author. If we look at this example of a quotation, note that there is a little extra information included. When you quote word for word from a source, you'll add additional information, like the page number where the quote is located, so that your readers can more easily locate the quote if they want to read it in full. At the end of your paper or assignment, you'll include your references page. Your references page will provide your reader with all of the details they would need in order to track down any information you cited in the body of your paper or assignment. Whereas your in-text citations in the body of your paper may have only included the author's last name and the date the information was published, your references at the end of your paper or assignment will include details like the full title of the book or the name of the website and the URL where you found the information. Your list of references will be organized in alphabetical order by the author's last name, And we'll use what's called a hanging indent to make it clear where one reference ends and one begins. You'll only include items in your references list that you have an in-text citation for in the body of your assignment. So if you paraphrase, summarized, or quoted something in the body of your assignment, you need to include a reference citation for that piece of information in the references section. If you didn't cite a piece of information in the body of your assignment, do not include a reference for it at the end of your assignment. The format of each individual item on your references list actually depends upon the type of resource you're citing. Are you citing a book, a movie, a YouTube video, a magazine, a scholarly article? APA style includes specific formatting rules that are based on where you got your information. So how do you know how to format a reference? This is where the Real Libraries APA Citation Guide comes in super handy. You can access the Real Libraries APA Guide via the Citation Help link on the library's homepage or via the link in this video description. The guide is your go-to for figuring out how to format your reference citations and also offers tons of examples of how to create in-text citations. If you're using a piece of information that you got from a website, for instance, you can click on the website section of the APA Guide to see specific examples of how to create your reference citation. Or maybe you learned something in a course lesson and included a paraphrase of it in the body of your assignment. The library's APA Guide offers the template you should use to create your references list citation for information you found via RealLearn. You'll just click on the RealLearn course material option on the guide. A quick pro tip. If you're using Real's library to find sources for your assignment, don't forget to use the citation tools that are included in our resources. Once you click on that cite icon or button, all you have to do is copy and paste the citation into your references list. Remember though, the citations you pull from the databases often have little errors in punctuation or capitalization. Please, please, please double check what the databases give you against the library's APA Citation Guide to ensure what you have is actually correct. I know this is a lot of information to take in and you might be feeling a bit overwhelmed. If you have any questions, there are several sources of help that I want to make sure you know about. Rio's library has 24/7 Ask a Librarian chat service available, where you can get help with citation questions. You can access Ask right from the library's homepage. Rio's writing tutors are also available to assist with APA and citation-related questions that you might have. Our writing tutors can also help with more in-depth questions you have related to writing and building in-text citations. You can access Rio's writing tutors from RealLearn. I'm also including the link for both Ask and tutoring in the YouTube video description. I promise, APA gets easier the more you use it. Bookmark the library citation guide, reach out to Rio's writing tutors, and use Ask a Librarian when questions come up. We're here to help and are happy to assist.